Good evening. My name is Kalani Perez, and welcome to our carbon food print. How food adds to our carbon footprint. So, I first off like to begin this by saying that food and music are universal languages. I would consider them universal languages because, like music, you don't need to speak the same language in order to enjoy the same meal, if that makes any sense. Food is a very important part of every single different culture, which is something that makes food so beautiful and unique. And food is also something that is extremely necessary for anything that has life. However, in the modern day, there is a problem. In the modern day, the way that we as humans, modern day humans, use our food is not healthy for the earth, and things need to change. I consider these problems to lie in three very specific areas: food production, food consumption, and food disposal. Now, everything starts and begins with consumption. Consumption is the reason for the food production and food disposal. It's because we as humans, it's all consumption's fault. Because we as humans need to consume food so we can live. And not only we as humans, but other animals and plants all need food. They need to consume it. The thing was, in the Industrial Revolution, it helped us humans get food in a much more convenient way. And that helped us turn production of food into what it is today. Now, this is about food production. Food production includes things like the tractors that are used on the farms, the plastic that's used to package things, and the cows that are on the farms, and other sort of like animals like that. The problem is that tractors use fossil fuels, plastic is also made with fossil fuels, and cows produce a lot of methane, which is a greenhouse gas that can trap more heat than carbon dioxide. According to ourworlddata.org, food production is responsible for 1/4 of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, which is not very good for us. The third problem is about disposal. The disposal and getting rid of food is another thing that adds a lot to global warming. Putting wasted food in landfills creates a lot of greenhouse gases that can easily be avoided. And animal products from cows and goats are extremely emission intensive, according to foodsystemprimer.org. Now, you may be wondering about my research. Well, I would say that we need to research on sustainable foods for the consumers, and research on food disposal alternatives and how not to create as much waste, and also researching in one more different area. Sorry about that. Researching on electric vehicles and how to implement those on farms and in food transportation. Now, you may be wondering, who is my audience? Well, my audience is anyone who buys food. It sounds silly, but yes, everyone that buys food. Everyone buys food, even farmers. Everyone needs to hear this message because millions are guilty of adding to the production, consumption, and disposal of food that adds to global warming, and we can all make efforts to help ease the amount of waste that we create with food. Now, there are potential pitfalls, such as solutions require change, and people aren't willing to change. Another potential pitfall is switching to things like tractors and semis will be expensive, and I'm not really too sure if the technology is even available yet. Switching them to like electric vehicles or vehicles that don't use as much fossil fuels. Now, there are possible solutions, things like dietary changes. Eating a vegan meal once a week can help reduce a lot of the greenhouse gases that are made by meat packing plants and other meat industries things. Not wasting as much food is another thing that we can help do as our own selves. Companies can find eco-friendly packaging also to help figure out how to ease it up, if that makes any sense. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I was in the time. Thank you so much for your day. Goodbye.